Sunday Night Football is going to be electric, and the Buffalo Bills have a golden opportunity to push their record to 5 victorias in Nenhuma Derrota. The opponent? A New England Patriots team that's still trying to redefine itself in the post-Belichick era. But let's be honest, this is not the same Patriots team that dominated the AFC East for 2 decades. This version is younger, has a new head coach in Mike Vrabel, and is rolling with a promising but still developing quarterback in Drake May. So what exactly do the Bills need to do to take care of business at home and stay undefeated? Let's break it down. First of all, the Bills are rolling. They come into this matchup with convincing wins over the Ravens, Jets, Dolphins, and Saints. The defense has been strong, the offense explosive, and they've shown resilience in key moments. Meanwhile, the Patriots sit at duas vitorias e duas derrotas, showing flashes of potential but lacking consistency. They've taken down the Dolphins and Panthers, but have stumbled against the Raiders and Steelers. This is a team in transition, and the Bills have to exploit that instability. Drake May is no joke, though. The rookie quarterback out of North Carolina has been surprisingly efficient through his first Quattro Jogos this season. He's completing an impressive 70% of his passes, tops in the NFL, and averaging just under 250 passing yards per game. He's thrown 7 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions and owns a passer rating over 100 enough. That's elite-level production, and the Bills' defense has to respect it. He doesn't throw deep often, but when he does, it's lethal. He's completed Quattro of his 6 attempts of over 20 yardas for 120 yards. That gives him the top EPA per dropback on deep passes in the entire league. What makes Drake May especially dangerous is that he thrives in rhythm. 70% of his passes go to his first read, and he's getting the ball out in an average of 2.50 seconds. That tells you this is a quick decision passer who can shred you underneath if you're not disciplined. And it's not just the short stuff, he's accurate too. His catchable ball rate is 80%, second best in the league. But here's the kicker. He's been sacked on nearly 10% of his dropbacks. That's a huge vulnerability and one the Bills absolutely have to exploit. He struggles when pressured. When kept clean, his passer rating is 120. When under pressure, it drops dramatically to 60 2. That's the path to disrupting the Patriots' offense. So what does that mean for Buffalo? The pass rush has to be the engine. They need to get home with 4, 5, even 6-man pressures. Whether it's Russo, Floyd, or Oliver, someone has to step up and make Drake May uncomfortable early and often. The Patriots' offensive line is vulnerable, especially on the left side where they may start Doy's rookies, Will Campbell at tackle and Jared Wilson at guard. Both talented, both green. If the Bills can collapse that side of the line, it could be a long night for New England. But the pass rush is only part of the equation. The Bills have to prepare for May's mobility. He's not just a pocket passer. He can move, and the numbers back it up. He's already rushed for 98 yards on 20 Quattro carries, and he's dangerous when the pocket breaks down. The Bills' defense has already given up 108 of rushing yards to quarterbacks on scrambles this season, 4th most in the NFL. Opposing quarterbacks are averaging over yardas per carry against them. That's a red flag. Buffalo cannot afford to let May extend drives with his legs. They don't necessarily need to spy him every play, but the linebackers and edge defenders need to have their eyes on him. Discipline is key. Stay in your rush lanes, don't over-pursue, and when he breaks, react quickly and get him on the ground. And speaking of linebackers, one of the biggest hidden threats in this Patriots offense is how much they involve their running backs in the passing game. Through 4 games, Patriots running backs have combined for 20 Quattro catches and over Dezento's 40 receiving yards, second most in the league for that position group. That's classic Josh McDaniels football. If you've watched the Patriots over the years, you know the drill: dump-offs, angle routes, screens. Whether it's Rondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson, or rookie Trayvon Henderson, these guys will be targeted out of the backfield, and they can turn small gains into chunk plays. Henderson in particular is a name to watch. He hasn't exploded yet this season, but his speed and ability to catch out of the backfield could be a problem if the Bills aren't keyed in. So defensively, the blueprint is clear. Get pressure on Drake May. Stay disciplined in your rush lanes to contain his mobility, and do not let the running backs beat you in space. The Patriots have weapons, but they haven't quite figured out how to get them all going. The Bills can't be the team that lets them find their rhythm. Now, let's flip to the other side of the ball. This Patriots defense has some names, but they've been vulnerable. On the surface, it might seem like a solid unit. They're giving up just Vint Ponto's poor game, which ranks Decimo Primero in the NFL. But when you dig deeper, especially into the pass defense, there are cracks. They rank Vigésimo Sexto in EPA per pass, and they've allowed a touchdown on 80% of red zone trips. That's the second worst in the league. Simply put, teams are finishing drives against them. This is a big opportunity for Josh Allen and the Bills' offense. The Patriots haven't faced a quarterback like Allen yet this year. They've seen Jimmy Garoppolo, Kenny Pickett, Tua, and Bryce Young. None of those guys can do what Allen does. None of them are a dual threat like him. None of them stress a defense the way Allen does. And more importantly, none of them are leading an offense like Buffalo's, which currently ranks among the most efficient in football. The Patriots might look statistically strong against the run, giving up just 3 Ponto trace yards per carry and only Trezento's Igdez total rushing yards through Quattro Jogos. But look who they've played. Not exactly a murderer's row of rushing attacks. The Bills are a different animal. Between James Cook's emergence and Allen's ability to run, Buffalo presents a totally different challenge. And they're uniquely equipped to exploit one of New England's biggest weaknesses, their defense in base personnel. Whenever the Bills go heavy, 2 or even trace tight ends, it forces the Patriots into base defense, and that's where they've struggled the most. In fact, when defending the pass with base personnel, they rank quintuple in the NFL in EPA per snap. That's a huge vulnerability. So expect to see a lot of Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, and Reggie Gilliam on the field. The more the Bills can dictate matchups and force the Patriots to adjust, the more chances they'll have to expose those soft spots in the middle of the field. And that's another key, targeting the middle. With Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis on the outside, the Patriots have 2 legit pressman corners. It's going to be tough sledding out there, so the real value for Buffalo will come inside. The linebackers and safeties in this Patriots defense have been shaky, especially when it comes to coverage. You're going to want to see players like Knox, Kincaid, and Khalil Shakir working the seams and intermediate areas. That's where the matchups favor Buffalo. That's where Allen has to go to move the chains. The Bills also need to be clean on special teams, especially in the punting game. Marcus Jones is one of the most electric returners in the league. He's already housed 2 punts in the NFL, and he averaged over Quinn's yards per return. If Buffalo has to punt, they need to make sure it's directional, high hang time, and absolutely no room for a return. But let's be real, the best solution is not punting at all. Keep the chains moving, stay aggressive, and keep Jones off the field entirely. So here we are, Sunday night, prime time, a division rival, a chance to go 5-0. Everything is set up for the Bills to assert their dominance, but this isn't the time to get comfortable. New England may be in transition, but they've still got talent. And with a young quarterback like Drake May gaining confidence, the margin for error shrinks. The Bills need to come out fast, hit hard, and never let their foot off the gas. Now that we've set the stage for what the Patriots bring to the table, let's zero in on the players who could swing this game and where the Bills can really attack. Starting with the Patriots offense, we already know Drake May is at the center of everything. But it's not just about him throwing the football. It's about the guys he's throwing to and the protection he's getting. And let's be honest, this New England offensive line isn't the most intimidating group. They've got youth on the left side, with Will Campbell and Jared Wilson both still adjusting to NFL speed. Garrett Bradbury at center is athletic but lacks that anchor you need against strong interior rushers. Mike Onwenu is probably their most dependable guy at right guard, and Morgan Moses is a solid veteran at right tackle. But overall, this is a line that can be bullied if Buffalo brings the heat. What makes this matchup especially interesting is the variety of skill position players the Patriots have. They're not overly explosive, but they've got guys who can hurt you if you're not disciplined. Stefon Diggs is still their number one wide receiver. Yes, that's Stefon Diggs. He's no longer the deep threat he once was, but he's still an excellent route runner and a dependable option underneath. Drake may uses him to stay on schedule and move the chains. Then there's Kayshon Boutte, a big-bodied receiver who doesn't win with speed but knows how to find space and make contested catches downfield. He gave the Bills some problems last season, and if the secondary isn't locked in, he can still do damage. In the slot, Demario Douglas brings speed. He hasn't been featured heavily this year, only 11 targets so far, but he's the kind of player who can burn you if he gets a crease. And then there's Holland, a physical, big-bodied receiver who's already found the end zone twice in limited targets. He's not going to win many foot races, but he brings size and power to the red zone game. Tight ends are a big part of this Patriots offense, and Hunter Henry is still one of the better ones in the league. He works the middle of the field, is reliable in the seam, and gives Drake May a big, steady target in high-pressure moments. Behind him is Austin Hooper, a solid veteran who may not wow anyone anymore, but is still dependable and fits well in two tight end sets. Then you've got the running backs. Rondre Stevenson is the main guy, big, strong, and physical between the tackles. He hasn't popped off yet this season, but the potential is always there. Rookie Trayvon Henderson, taken in the second round, is fast, shifty, and probably the most dynamic back on the roster, even if he hasn't fully broken out yet. And Antonio Gibson? He's a wild card. He's inconsistent, has had ball security issues, but his size and speed combo makes him a threat anytime he touches the ball. What's notable is how the Patriots distribute touches. They've got 4 players with at least dozen of carries so far this season. They rotate backs, keep defenses guessing, and use them all in different ways. The Bills have to be ready for that rotation. Even more critical is how New England uses these backs in the passing game. 3 of them are in the top 5 for target share on the team. McDaniels loves to dial up passes for his running backs, whether it's check downs, swing passes, or screens, and Buffalo's linebackers are going to be under pressure all night. This is a game where Matt Milano's speed and instincts will be crucial. One false step, and these backs can pick up 12 or Quinn's yards in a blink. As for the defense, New England has some strong individual pieces, but they haven't put it all together. The defensive line starts with Christian Barmore, one of the more explosive interior rushers in the league. He's quick off the snap, disruptive, and a player that could wreck plays if he's not accounted for. Then there's Milton Williams, a big-money free agent who's still finding his rhythm in this scheme. He's powerful, but not always consistent. If he doesn't play, and there's a chance he misses the game due to injury, that would be a big loss for the Patriots. They also have space eaters like Khyiris Tonga and athletic, developing players like Keon White, who could see more time if Williams is out. On the edges, Harold Landry is the main threat. He's a good pass rusher who plays smart and tough in the run game. Not elite, but dangerous enough to demand attention. Clavon Chaisson brings speed off the edge, but hasn't lived up to his first-round draft status. He's a rotational piece at best right now. Anthony Jennings gives them physicality on the edge, mostly as a run defender. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing this morning with a potential blockbuster that could shake up the league. Sources close to the situation suggest that Davante Adams, one of the premier wide receivers in the game today, has reportedly turned down a lucrative offer and is now leaning toward donning the royal blue of the Buffalo Bills. While nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders say the negotiations could be entering a fever pitch, and Bills fans might be in for a treat. Adams, known for his sharp route running and uncanny ability to find the end zone, has been a coveted target for multiple franchises looking to inject elite talent into their passing game. The speculation that he's choosing Buffalo over other suitors has ignited a flurry of discussion across social media and sports talk shows alike. It seems that the promise of teaming up with a high-octane offense and a quarterback capable of spreading the ball efficiently may have played a key role in swaying the star receiver's decision. While the details remain murky, The mere suggestion that Adams could be joining the Bills has sent shockwaves through the league. Fans are already imagining what this pairing could mean for the team's Super Bowl aspirations. Some analysts argue that adding a player of Adams' caliber to Buffalo's already dangerous offense could elevate them to an elite tier, potentially making them one of the most feared units in the NFL. Others caution that until contracts are signed and official statements are made, it's all speculation, but with sources pointing toward an imminent agreement, the excitement is palpable. Rumors suggest that Adams' camp was approached by several top teams with offers that could have set franchise records, but ultimately, the lure of Buffalo's blue might have been too strong to resist. Insider chatter hints at private meetings, dinner discussions, and late-night calls that may have sealed the deal, even if publicly everything remains under negotiation. If this story proves true, the Bills' offense could be about to take a quantum leap forward, and the league could see one of the most electrifying wide receivers make a dramatic move. Until an official announcement is made, though, fans and pundits alike will have to navigate a haze of speculation, excitement, and intrigue. But one thing seems clear: Davante Adams in blue would be a game-changer. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.